This is the TEF Business Management Training Program. Module 3, Leadership and Business Growth Strategies. Table of Contents. This module covers the following: personal leadership, team leadership skills, understanding strategic formulation and implementation, critical thinking and creative problem-solving techniques, leading with innovation and change. Overview. Although it may be difficult to precisely define leadership given its different perspectives, it is important to have a better understanding of the concept if you are striving to become an effective leader. A leader is someone who has developed a group of followers. These followers have found something in that leader that encourages them to get hitched to his or her wagon. In fact, people tend to be attracted to leaders whose values are similar to theirs. He or she could be termed a forceful and dynamic personality who really leads from the front, an architect and implementer of a strategist, a mediator in conflict situations, an integrator who assures of good climate in the organization, a person able to motivate subordinates, and who, by persuasion, compulsion or example to others, succeeds in getting others to follow the leader's wish. Course objectives. At the end of the training, participants will be able to analyze the concept of personal leadership, understand and implement entrepreneurship leadership skills, implement personal leadership plan, learn how to practice team leadership, understand the concept of strategy formulation and implementation, analyze conceptualization of critical thinking and problem-solving techniques, identify the role of innovation in change management. The concept of personal leadership. Now, what is personal leadership? Looking at personal leadership, we can explain it as the ability to develop and utilize your positive leadership traits to guide the direction of your life instead of letting time and chance determine your course. Personal leadership can begin when you decide to be your own life coach and live by a personal mission statement that reflects your values and life goals. If you are looking to enhance your leadership capacity, one important strategy for guiding your growth is to create a personal leadership development plan. This type of plan can help you grow in your current role and also prepare you to take on additional leadership responsibilities in a new role. Linking leadership to entrepreneurship. Today, having just leadership or entrepreneurship qualities by business managers is not enough for the success of any enterprise. Managers need to have both leadership and entrepreneurship qualities in order to be successful. At this point, the concept of entrepreneurial leadership emerges. Entrepreneurial leadership is a new and modern type of leadership that is a combination of leadership qualities, spirit, and soft skills of entrepreneurship. In addition, entrepreneurial leadership is creating new products, new processes and expansion of opportunities in existing businesses, working in social institutions and dealing with ignored social issues, participating in social and political movements, contributing to the change of current services and policies implemented by civil society organizations and governments. In recent times, entrepreneurial leadership has become a new phenomenon in business management that needs to be extensively discussed. In this regard, the importance of entrepreneurial leadership is emphasized by examining the concept of entrepreneurial leadership in all ramifications. Thus, entrepreneurial leadership is defined as affecting and directing the performance of employees toward the achievement of organizational objectives that involve recognizing and exploiting entrepreneurial opportunities. Importance of entrepreneurial leadership. The importance of entrepreneurial leadership cannot be overemphasized, since entrepreneurial leadership is an important factor affecting the performance of the company. Leaders of companies and especially leaders of small-scale family companies should have and use the qualities of entrepreneurial leadership in order to continue their lives, compete with their competitors and develop themselves to be able to run successful businesses. For example, not only that he teams up as a soccer player, he is the person who plays on the field with the team as captain. Not only administrators who decide, give instructions and check their workers, but also, they are entrepreneurial leaders who captain the team and show the way to success. To ensure continuous business success, an entrepreneur's personal leadership development plan is extremely important for business sustainability given the dynamic nature of the business environment. This plan must include core skills to master, experience gaps to close, new relationships to build, specific tasks to delegate, and key action items to complete. Leaders are assessed not only on their own success but also on the success of their teams. Your personal leadership development plan should list the critical indicators of success for leaders and their teams, which include but are not limited to the following: improving the quality of work, improving teamwork and morale, increasing delegation of responsibility, strategic planning and preparation, continuous learning for you and your team. However, there are a few activities that you can add to your regular routine to support your development as a leader, such as seek feedback and take time to reflect. Find a mentor and sign up for training. Team leadership skills. A team leader is someone who provides guidance, instruction, direction, and leadership to a group of individuals, the team, to achieve a key result or group of aligned results. When a team leader motivates a team, group members can function in a goal-oriented manner. The chief purpose of a leadership team is to bring together senior leaders of diverse functions to solve shared problems and ensure aligned action and collective responsibility for the organization's performance. Team leader responsibilities. Coach team members. Develop team strengths and improve weaknesses. Identify team goals and evaluate team progress. Resolve conflict. Organize team initiatives. The analysis of top leadership skills. As a leader, you can't force people to work harder. To be effective, you can only align your team's efforts and work smarter and together. The qualities of an effective team leader can be broken into the following, in addition to the example in the above chart. Be committed, take time with your employees. Be productive, encourage debates, but keep them productive. Be analytical, test your ideas, are they contested, or have you hired a herd of sheep? Be respectful, respect time and privacy. Communicate clearly. Delegate clearly, but do not micromanage. Be creative, and don't let everyday tasks kill them for your team. Be decisive, and kill off any procrastination. Be trustworthy, and build trust within your team. Feedback mechanism, and its positive impact on leadership. A feedback loop is essentially a recurring loop to analyze the quality of work that is being done, and to uncover the solutions to challenges in order to continue to improve. It should not be viewed as negative reinforcement, as part of the loop is the positive actions that are being performed. Leadership feedback is a self-sustaining process, meaning that it is designed with everything needed for productivity, a positive to enhance the good, and provide solutions to rectify the areas needed to be improved. When it comes to performance and our actions, how do we know what is and what is not effective? Simple: feedback. Providing effective feedback is critical to maintaining a capable workforce. A main component of the feedback process is acquiring accurate information to fuel feedback decisions, which enhances the validity of the feedback. There are 5 main sources of feedback in businesses. Each source of feedback can provide a different perspective on performance and can be a valuable component of the feedback process. Understanding strategic formulation and implementation. Formulation and strategy implementation are the 2 most important phases of the strategic management process. Strategy formulation means crafting a combination of strategies and picking out the best one to achieve the organizational goals and objectives, thereby reaching the vision of the organization. It involves several steps which are performed in chronological order. On the other hand, strategy implementation refers to the execution of the opted strategy, that is, it converts the chosen strategy into action, for the realization of organizational goals and objectives. But there exists a fine line of differences between strategy formulation and strategy implementation, which will be further explained in this lecture. But before we look at the difference, let us examine the following main steps in implementing a strategy. Developing an organization has the potential of carrying out a strategy successfully. Disbursement of abundant resources to strategy essential activities. Creating strategy encouraging policies. Employing best policies and programs for constant improvement. Linking reward structure to the accomplishment of results. Making use of strategic leadership. Excellently formulated strategies will fail if they are not properly implemented. Conceptualization of critical thinking, and problem-solving techniques. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is an intellectually disciplined process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing, and/or evaluating information gathered from, or generated by, observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication, as a guide to belief and action. In its exemplary form, it is based on universal intellectual values that transcend subject matter divisions, with clarity, accuracy, precision, consistency, relevance, sound evidence, good reasons, depth, breadth, and fairness. They use the intellectual tools that critical thinking offers, concepts, and principles that enable them to analyze, assess, and improve thinking. They work diligently to develop the virtues of intellectual integrity, intellectual humility, intellectual civility, intellectual empathy, intellectual sense of justice, and confidence in reason. Critical thinking is self-guided, self-disciplined thinking which attempts to reason at the highest level of quality in a fair-minded way. People who think critically consistently attempt to live rationally, reasonably, and empathically. Stages and models that can stimulate your creative problem-solving skills. Why is critical thinking important? Objective finding, questions, what bottlenecks or barriers exist? What is it that you wish to be better organized? Fact finding, questions, who should be or is already involved? Why does it happen? Problem finding, questions, what is the actual problem? What is the key objective? Idea finding, it is essential to investigate, brainstorm and determine as many probable solutions as you can. Solution finding, questions, will it work? Are the technology and materials available? Acceptance finding, the calls for action that you put out should be comprehended by all associated with the problem-solving process so that it becomes an accepted solution. Why is critical thinking important in business? Business leaders take major actions every day, from hiring and firing to reviewing financial earnings reports, participating in board meetings, and handling public relations crises. These are the precise areas in which critical thinking comes into play, as business leaders use this skill to make tough decisions, such as letting an employee go or issuing a press release when a scandal threatens to tarnish a company's reputation. Improve communication strategies. Communicating with different types of people requires defining the needs of the target audience, which demands critical thinking. For example, if a company is being bought out by a competitor, the CEO must consider how this will impact everyone, from low-level employees to investors, and determine what messages to convey to each party. Acting quickly is essential, as he or she should be the first to give the employees the news to maintain their trust. Characteristics and skills of critical thinkers. Albert Einstein, Henry Ford, Marie Curie, Sigmund Freud. These are just a few of the critical thinkers who have shaped our modern lives. Critical thinkers think clearly and rationally, and make logical connections between ideas. They are crucial to exploring and understanding the world we live in. There are 6 major obstacles to creative thinking that could be preventing you from learning how to improve your problem-solving skills for your business success. If you fail to recognize any of them, they could be holding you back. They are: lack of direction from yourself or others, being afraid of failure, being afraid of rejection, never changing or adapting to the situation, not thinking proactively. Characteristics of critical thinkers. If you're hoping to reach your full potential and make your mark on the world, cultivate the following characteristics of critical thinkers. They are: observation, curiosity, objectivity, introspection, analytical thinking, identifying biases, determining relevance, inference, willing to challenge the status quo, open-mindedness, effective communicators, active listeners, leading with innovation and change. In today's constantly changing world, change and innovation play an extremely important role in the survival of your organization. New technologies like faster software and hardware, and improved manufacturing systems are increasing production and changing the way we do business across the globe. The first element is how an organization can change successfully, which consists of the steps that are needed, and the process that makes change happen. Guiding principles for change. As these organizations become larger and larger, there is the need for strategy and structural change as well as cultural changes. These 2 elements often go hand in hand and can be some of the most difficult to change. To successfully implement a change or adapt to changes, key guiding principles are crucial. They are: lead with the culture, start at the top, involve every layer, make the rational and emotional case together, act your way into new thinking, engage, and engage. Lead outside the lines. Leverage formal solutions. Leverage informal solutions. Assess and adapt. Conclusion. There is no single best way to lead, and there is substantial repetitive advice offered by vast armies of leadership consultants. In the end, however, each leader must develop his or her own style, based upon values, experiences, and mission to formulate leadership skills that build on the foundation of his or her existing strengths. What skills should a leader concentrate on developing? In an article enumerating the common leadership traits that create loyal employees, Megan Biro named: telling the truth, clearly communicating roles and responsibilities, creating a workplace culture that values real people relationships, being fair and open, modeling the behaviors you seek in others, You have completed this module. You will find the resources and exercises for this module in the course description section. Thank you.